Hey, I'm Justin Zrem. I just wanted to take a moment to share with you a few things that I know and love about Wayne Shorter, who died just a few days ago at the age of 89. Wayne Shorter was one of the best composers that ever lived. He wrote so much beautiful music, and it's very difficult music, but absolutely gorgeous. He was incredibly prolific. I think he recorded over 100 albums during his lifetime, about 30 as a band leader, and a bunch with Miles Davis and Art Blakey and Herbie Hancock. I just wanted to share some of my favorite records and recordings that he did. So his Blue Note recordings as a band leader in the mid or early 60s, he recorded Night Dreamer, Juju, and Speak No Evil. Those records are absolutely incredible. If you haven't heard them, you have to go check it out. You're missing out. And then shortly after that, he was recording a bunch with the Miles Davis Second Quintet with Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Tony Williams, and of course Miles Davis. And a lot of those recordings were his compositions. Some tracks in particular from that are standouts are ESP, Iris, Footprints, Wayne Shorter's most famous composition, Freedom Jazz Dance, which I really love, although that's not a Wayne Shorter original, Prince of Darkness, Mascalero, Veneta, Nefertiti, Fall, Pinocchio. Later on they recorded Bitches Brew, and Bitches Brew has one piece on there called Sanctuary, which is also a Wayne Shorter composition when he had switched over to soprano saxophone. Wayne Shorter was mainly a tenor saxophonist in the early part of his career. Some later Wayne Shorter, which I think is absolutely beautiful, is this record that he did in duo with Herbie Hancock called 1+1. That's a really beautiful record. And there's this other recording which I really love of Wayne Shorter's, Jaco Pastorius, which is a bass player that he played with in his group Weather Report. Jaco Pastorius' first album has Wayne Shorter featured on a track called Opus Pocus. Really awesome track. I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't heard it. And of course the later recordings that Wayne Shorter did with his Footprints quartet with Danilo Perez, John Patitucci, and Brian Blade. Those are things to check out. And I was super fortunate to see that group perform live 10 years ago at the Ottawa Jazz Festival at Dominion Chalmers. That was an incredible experience, one of the best concerts of my life. So that group recorded 2 albums that I think are really worth checking out, Footprints Live and Beyond the Sound Barrier. And, you know, I'm sure there's so much more Wayne Shorter that I should check out, because he just recorded so much that I haven't heard everything. There's just too much to check out. But those are some recordings that really spoke to me, that I keep coming back to, that are fantastic. One thing that is really unique about Wayne Shorter that makes him a standout is his approach to harmony. He would write these incredibly lyrical melodies that were unconventional, non-tonal, and add harmony that was so rich. You know, if you're used to playing music from the 30s and 40s, it might have felt quite random, because it didn't have the sort of predictable patterns that jazz musicians are used to, or musicians in general. But it managed to stay really lyrical and lush and rich, and the harmony is just incredible. I really love those tunes, and when I can, I play them live with my electric groups. If you want to catch us, you can go to my website, justinzuran.com, and see my upcoming shows. I also wrote some music that was quite influenced by the Wayne Shorter approach to composition and harmony in general. You can find some of that on Bandcamp. 2 tunes in particular. One that I wrote called Justin 15, which again uses this pentatonic type melody, but the harmony is a bit unusual considering the pentatonic scale choice. And then another one I wrote called Floating Imprints, which again was influenced by Wayne Shorter. It was actually influenced by 2 pieces, but Footprints sparked that composition of mine. Anyways, I hope that you check out Wayne Shorter. If you would like to know more about me, you can like this video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And you can find out more about me on my website and Bandcamp. Thank you so much. Take care.